Hey everyone! So sorry it's been a minute since our last top 10. Had some family stuff, but I'm back and I appreciate the patience. Today, we are skipping the small talk and diving straight into the freshest, most mind-bending puzzle titles the genre has dropped in 2025. Get ready for innovation and pure brain candy. These are the top 10 new puzzle games you need to play right now. Let's start the countdown. Escape Simulator 2 steps into 2025 as one of the sharpest new puzzle experiences of the year. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a full reconstruction of what an escape room game can feel like. Every chamber is crafted with story-driven detail. Every clue pushes you deeper, and every solve gives that clean hit of satisfaction puzzle fans crave. The physics are tighter, the environment's darker, and the pacing more cinematic than ever. Whether you play solo or pull a friend into co-op, the tension stays high and the solutions stay smart. And with the new room editor, the community is already building wild, unpredictable challenges that keep the game alive long after the credits roll. A polished, clever standout, and absolutely deserving of a spot in our top 10 new puzzle games of 2025. Blueprints isn't just a puzzle game, it's a quiet trap disguised as a mansion. Mount Holly shifts every single morning, like the house is studying you just as much as you're studying it. Open a door, and you're not just entering a room, you're committing to a path the house will remember. Some rooms reward you with clues that feel almost forbidden. Others shut down your entire run with a single wrong step. There's no combat, no urgency, only the pressure of knowing every choice reshapes your fate. The tension builds slowly, like turning pages in a diary someone never meant you to read. And when a solution finally snaps into place, it hits with that rare electric satisfaction puzzle fans chase. Blueprints isn't loud. It's haunting, methodical, unforgettable, and that earns it a solid spot at number 9.
Is This Seat Taken is one of those puzzle games that looks harmless until it quietly crawls under your skin. On the surface, it's simple. You're navigating a series of surreal spaces where every seat, every angle, every placement matters. But the deeper you go, the more the rules twist, and the game starts playing you just as much as you're playing it. Every level feels like a social puzzle, wrapped inside a spatial one. You're rearranging chairs, shifting perspectives, reading patterns hidden in negative space, and suddenly something clicks. The environment stops being a room and becomes a riddle with a pulse. There's a strange tension in its silence, a soft pressure that follows you from puzzle to puzzle, daring you to understand the logic behind this uncanny little world. And when you finally solve a chamber, the payoff is sharp, clean, and weirdly satisfying. Is This Seat Taken isn't loud and it isn't flashy, but its clever design and unsettling charm make it a perfect fit for the 8th spot.
Strange Antiquities is the kind of puzzle game that doesn't announce itself. It just pulls you in, one quiet breath at a time. You're running a tiny antique shop in the fog-drenched town of Undermere, where every customer walks in with a problem, and every object on your shelf might be the solution, or a mistake, or something worse. You examine relics like a detective handling evidence, turning them in your hands, listening for faint hums, reading symbols that seem to shift when you're not looking. Some items feel safe, others feel like they're watching you back. And as the days pass, the requests grow stranger, the stories darker, and the moral lines blur fast. This isn't a loud game, it's a slow burn, a puzzle box wrapped in atmosphere where your intuition matters as much as your logic. And when you hand over the right artifact at the right moment, the satisfaction hits sharp, eerie, and unforgettable. Strange Antiquities earns its place at number 7 by doing what few puzzle games dare, whispering its mysteries instead of shouting them.
Whisper of the House feels less like a puzzle game and more like stepping into a memory the world tried to bury. You're exploring an abandoned mansion where every corridor hums with a low, unsettling whisper. A house that doesn't want to scare you, but wants to be heard. Nothing jumps out at you, nothing chases you. The fear here is quieter. Doors that open a moment too late, portraits that aren't facing the same direction you left them, clues that feel handwritten by someone who knew you'd eventually come. Every puzzle is stitched into the architecture: cracked walls, forgotten diaries, mismatched furniture, all pointing you toward a truth the house refuses to say out loud. As you solve each room, you're not just unlocking space, you're peeling back its history, piece by piece. And that's where the real tension begins, realizing the mansion remembers its past far better than you do. Whisper of the House earns its number 6 spot because it's intimate, atmospheric, and deceptively clever. A puzzle game that doesn't raise its voice, yet stays with you long after you walk out the door. Lumines Arise brings back that signature mix of rhythm and strategy, but with a sharper, cleaner cinematic edge. Every piece you drop feels intentional, sending a ripple of light and sound across the stage, locking your focus into its rhythm. At first, it's almost meditative, but as the tempo builds, the puzzles start to breathe with you, turning each decision into part of a larger musical flow you didn't realize you were conducting. Each zone carries a distinct atmosphere: neon walls, foggy blues, heavy bass echoing through empty space, and the board reacts like a living instrument. Clearing chains becomes percussion, perfect timing becomes melody, and suddenly, you're not just playing a puzzle game, you're performing one. That seamless blend of style, sound, and precision gameplay is why Lumines Arise holds a confident spot at number 5. It's hypnotic, elegant, and impossible to play just once.
The Roottrees Are Dead feels like wandering into a forest that's remembering its own decay. Every tree, every gnarled root, every shadow seems to whisper a secret, and it's up to you to listen. This isn't a traditional puzzle game. It's an exploration of environment as riddle. Paths shift, branches block a reveal, and the world itself reacts to your presence. You study patterns in the leaves, trace circuits of roots, follow faint glows that hint at the next solution. The puzzles are patient. They wait for you to notice, to think, to feel. And when a breakthrough comes, it's quiet but deeply satisfying, like the forest itself is acknowledging your understanding. There's tension here without urgency, beauty without distraction. The Roottrees Are Dead earns its number 4 spot by being haunting, immersive, and clever in ways that stick with you long after the screen goes dark.
Camper Van Make It Home isn't just a puzzle game. It's a miniature life compressed into 4 wheels and a cramped van. You're not racing against time, you're juggling space, resources, and the tiny comforts that make a home feel like home. Every item has a purpose, every placement matters, and the puzzles come wrapped in the quiet drama of daily survival. Packing, rearranging, fixing, and upgrading. It all feels intimate, like you're solving a logic problem while living inside it. Outside, the world moves at its own pace, bringing weather, obstacles, and surprises that push you to think creatively. The challenge isn't flashy, it's meticulous. How to fit a life into limited space while keeping it functional and comfortable. Camper Van Make It Home earns its number 3 spot because it turns the mundane into a clever, absorbing puzzle experience. One where strategy, observation, and foresight combine into a deeply satisfying rhythm of play.
Telltale's Builder is a puzzle game that makes creation feel like magic. Every tile you place is a choice, every pattern a story waiting to unfold. At first glance, it seems simple. Connect paths, match colors, complete layouts. But as you progress, the challenges twist, layering strategy, timing, and foresight into every move. The beauty of Telltale's Builder is in its rhythm. You're not just solving puzzles, you're orchestrating them. Each completed section clicks into place with a satisfying clarity, like watching a mosaic come alive under your hands. The game rewards patience, creativity, and attention to detail, turning even a small success into a moment of triumph. With its clever mechanics, endless combinations, and the quiet joy of building something meaningful, Telltale's Builder secures its number 2 spot, a near-perfect blend of challenge and artistry that keeps you coming back tile by tile.
Cal and Bomba isn't just a puzzle game, it's an experience that hooks you from the first tick of its clock. You're guiding 2 characters, Cal and Bomba, through a world that's as clever as it is treacherous, where every move matters and every decision ripples across the level. The puzzles start deceptively simple,
But soon they twist, fold, and loop in ways that demand intuition, timing, and pure problem-solving instinct. The design is sharp and playful, yet every room carries subtle tension, turning even a small victory into a rush of satisfaction. Colors, physics, and environment work together like a living symphony, making each challenge feel dynamic and alive. Cal and Bomba earns the #1 spot not by shouting, but by delivering that perfect blend of creativity, precision, and heart. A puzzle game that lingers in your mind long after the last move. And that's our top 10 new puzzle games of 2025. From haunting mysteries to hypnotic challenges, each game here proves that puzzles aren't just about thinking, they're about experiencing worlds crafted with care. Grab your controller, dive in, and let the puzzles of 2025 pull you in.